So I recently released a manga. Yep, the title is absolutely true, and that sentence is absolutely true, and I want to talk about it. So the manga is called Interception. It is an action, crime, mystery, drama manga that follows these two undercover detectives, Chusei and Akira, that are investigating this rich and high-end restaurant called Chusei no Kyuden that is essentially a hotspot for these criminals to meet up. The restaurant itself is also linked to a criminal syndicate that is racking up a lot of crime in the area. And it is up to them to figure out who is behind the syndicate and why they are doing this. If the plot kind of sounds a bit to the point and kind of lean, it's mainly because I'm doing it on purpose. I don't want to completely spoil the entire idea. That's just kind of like the baseline for what the overall thing is going to be about. The first chapter is basically covers that. The first chapter is 41 pages long. I've been getting told by a lot of people who read the chapter that it's a very quick and fun read, and I had to agree with that. I just was sharing that manga with my friends and with people on Instagram and stuff, and I've been getting a lot of positive reception for this manga, and I really appreciate all the feedback, even the ones that are providing constructive criticism that maybe are pointing out some issues with it. For example, I've been hearing a lot of people saying that they want a little bit more lore and a bit more meat in terms of the storyline and the characters, kind of explaining a bit more of the personal motivations. And that is something that I really want to improve in the further installments of the series. I think part of the reason as to why I wanted to make this manga was mainly because I just really love a manga and anime in general. I just love the way that you can tell so many things with just like a single frame. I mean, if I could count with my fingers the amount of times that I've seen a panel without probably saying a single sentence, yet conveying 1,000 meanings and messages and stuff, I would not have fingers because it'll be just too many times. I just love the medium itself. I love manga. I love the way it conveys story. It can be either straight to the point, it can be a slow burner, it could just be so many different things. Of course, this can apply for any sort of comics and storylines, but when it comes to manga, I just am in love with the style of it. I don't know why, but reading like right to left has been just ingrained into my head. And even when reading normal comics, I get stuck up on that because the amount of manga that I've read. And it's also a medium that is always growing with fascinating ideas and concepts. And I just really wanted to just put my own spin to it, genuinely. I've been, again, writing a script for Interception for over 5 years. Been kind of back and forth, just kind of bouncing ideas left and right. And yeah, I just really wanted to make this thing happen. Thankfully, I managed to meet a fantastic artist that goes by the name of Dusty Art. Please follow him on Instagram and please in all these socials that he has available. But yeah, I mean, like I just basically met him in Upwork. We really hit it off. We had a good connection. He is from Argentina, so I am from Puerto Rico. So we basically had this sort of like connection, just the way that we can communicate and stuff. And yeah, like we really grew a great bond over the past couple months. In terms of when this manga started, in terms of the illustration stuff, we started sketching and throwing ideas ever since May, early to mid-May, and we finished recently this November, if I'm not mistaken, this same week in which when I received the final version of the first chapter. So it's been honestly a fun ride. It's also been a ton of work, I'm not gonna lie, but hey, that's what happens when you want to make your dreams come true. But yeah, it's just been great communicating with him, making these chapters happen. The art has been phenomenal. It's like the first thing that I'm getting told ever. Like every time someone opens the manga and reads it, it's like, yo, the art is fantastic. Yo, who did the art and stuff? And I'm like, always, like, it's Dusty. Follow him. This guy is amazing. He's a genius. But yeah, I love his art. I love what he did. This man has the patience of a saint, just because of the amount of revisions that I sent him and just the amount of changes I wanted to make along the way, in terms of me changing parts of the script to fit the characters better and stuff, and to fit the flow and pacing as well. This man is an absolute saint. I love him, and he's been very helpful and resourceful in terms of aiding me with the illustrations and the art. So yeah, generally just such an incredible person and such a great guy to work with. Also, in terms of the future of the manga, as I said, I do want to make this thing a series. I think it has so much potential, and it seems that a lot of people believe that this manga has a lot of potential, and there's just been so much support and positivity that it just makes me more motivated to keep on continuing this manga. And to be honest, I have written countless chapters for this script. Again, it's been like 5 years and stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many ideas that I really want to like put on paper, and I really want to just show you guys and just explore. I was also thinking of potentially writing an extended cut of the first chapter to maybe address the issues and concerns that many people had regarding the storyline, maybe some elements that were a little bit lackluster that could have used a bit more fine tuning. And I was also thinking of potentially introducing a physical release, kind of a first volume that can probably contain the first 3 or 5 chapters of the manga. Kind of an idea I'm throwing out there. I was just thinking about it because I really want to pitch this thing to a publishing company, and I feel that if there's more content for these publishing companies to chew on, it'll be kind of a higher chance of potentially succeeding in terms of a submission, because a lot of these publishing companies have so many submissions that it's like, they filter out so many of them. So I feel that potentially a physical version of it could kind of prove that, hey, there's a lot of interest surrounding this manga. But of course, that can only happen with your support. You can now read the first chapter of Interception now on Global Comics and Webtoons. I will also be uploading it on different sites as well. I will be updating the description of this video and probably put some things in the comment section so you guys can keep on reading in these different sites, or whatever site is your personal favorite to keep on reading. I would really love and appreciate your support. Please leave constructive criticism. I would like to know what you liked and what you didn't like about this chapter. It helps me grow as an artist, as a writer, as a creator, and it just makes me more aware of what I should improve and what I should maybe do in the future chapters and installments, as well as improve the first chapter as well for the potential physical release that we have in store. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the manga. I was very, very hyped about this. And once again, thank you to those who have already read the first chapter of Interception. And thank you for those who are about to read the first chapter of Interception and any future installments that we have down the line. This is just the beginning. I can't wait to show you guys what we have in store in the future. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe, turn notification bell on so you miss an upload from me. And yeah, guys, see you next time, and keep reading Interception.